Welcome to my 25th video. I'm really struggling with writing this video this week. I've had to start over on this video 5 times already, and I am not getting anywhere with it. I was going to talk about fathers because today is Father's Day, and it so happens that I am also a father. I wanted to talk about God being the Father, and I did a lot of research and learned many things I'd like to share, but I am not ready yet. The information has not come together for me completely, so I am unable to share it coherently. But what I can share is an update about my progress. If you have been watching since the beginning, you have probably noticed the changes in my face as these videos have progressed. Go back and watch the first one and look at me and then come back to this one and compare. I did, and what I realized is that I am not the same man I was in that first video. I am I am living Ephesians chapter 4 verses 22 through 24 where it says, "You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness." I have changed the way I think, particularly when it comes to the value and use of emotions, which I am still working on and have a long way to go. I have changed spiritually. I now pray for my meals. I have been working on that since week 4. I don't always remember to pray before the meal, but I definitely catch it shortly after the first couple of bites because it seems like something is missing. And I have changed physically, which I think is probably the most obvious change. So for those of you that have been watching, I got weighed this past week, and I can report that I have lost about 50 pounds since I made the first video. I'm averaging about 2 pounds a week, which my doctor says is the perfect amount for long-term weight loss. Eating only when hungry has allowed me to shift my focus from food and fight the food addiction that rages inside me. It is both easy and hard to do at the same time. It's easy because all I have to do is check to see if I am hungry, and if I am not, then I don't eat. But it's so hard sometimes because the desire to eat, even when I am not hungry, is so strong. I try to think about something else, but the food keeps calling me, and I must admit, sometimes I answer the call in full outright rebellion, while at the same time fighting the urge to knowingly sin. It's a hard thing to explain, but we have all done things we know we shouldn't do, while the entire time we are doing them, thinking we shouldn't be doing it. But I already covered this in my 21st video, where I talked about Romans 7:15. However, Philippians 2:13 says, "For God is at work within you, helping you want to obey him, and then helping you do what he wants," which is why I have been finding more success than failure. I want to close by giving thanks to God for helping me on my journey, and that I am very much receiving the healing I asked for. I also want to make sure that I get no credit for the successful changes in my life because all of those were an act of God.